welcome. Grab yourself a cup of tea, get a Christmas cookie or something, a mince pie, or a glass of wine, get yourself some whiskey, I don't know, something yummy. Give yourself a little treat. Sit down with us and let's talk some books. If you've watched my other two videos, you'll know that I've been reading the Live Ship Trader trilogy, and the ones that I've been holding up have been library books, which are behind me, but now I have them myself. I've got all three. These are the Live Ship Traders books. That's not them in order, these need to switch over. They were a gift from my partner. I'm super happy to have these in my possession. So what are these books even about? Shall we see? It's about a number of characters, and it's told from different perspectives. It's mainly centered around the Vestrit family. That's a word I've not said out loud. I've read it a lot in the book, but I've not actually said the word out loud, so that's why we're starting here. And it's also about the live ships and the quickening of those, and how that works is when the ships quicken is that they basically come to life, and they're living, they talk, they move around, they can even control the ship, and they're made out of this special wood called wizard wood. The family members don't find themselves where they expect to find themselves, most of them. The second one in the trilogy, the Mad Ship, that's more about the different paths that they're on. It's basically all about how the journey of their lives changing. And at the end of that book, you know that there's no going back. Anyway, this one. This trilogy is the next one to read, The Tawny Man. This was a surprise. I really asked for the other one for Christmas, but these were a big surprise, and I'm so happy to have these in my possession. This is the Tawny Man trilogy, and guess what? We get to go back and read about Fitz and the Fool. I'm excited for that. I don't know anything about these books. I'm not going to read the back of them or anything, because I'm going in as blind as possible, because I already know that I'm going to love these books. This happens to be the book one. I was going to say I don't even know what order they go in yet. Fantastic present. These are probably my favourite present I got all Christmas. Excellent. The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince is the next one that I got. And this one is obviously by Robin Hobb too. This talks about the wit and the skill. I believe it gives some backstory on those magical abilities. And if you don't know what the wit or the skill is, basically the wit is the ability to communicate with an animal, possibly multiple animals. The animal can talk to the human can talk to the animal, but over time they pick up mannerisms and the nature of each other. And if you've read the Farseer trilogy, then you know more about what I'm talking about. The skill is the ability to telepathically communicate with someone else. I'm sure there's more to learn around that. The last Robin Hobb book that I got for Christmas this year is this one, The Inheritance. ObviousIt's by Robin Hobb and Megan Lindholm. If you didn't know, they are the same person. Robin Hobb is a pretend name and Megan is her real name. What I find interesting about this book is I saw an interview online with Robin, and she told the interviewer that depending what mindset she was in, she writes differently. So she writes differently as Robin Hobb, and she writes differently as Megan. And there's stories in here by both authors, so that'd be really interesting to see what the differences are. It's definitely part of the Realm of the Eldlings stuff. I'm not sure exactly where it fits in order-wise with stuff. So if you know, let me know like where I should put this to read in the order. You know what I mean? Help me out. Thank you. Alright, moving on. That's all the Robin Hobb books, but now we're going to talk about Buffy books that I got for Christmas. I love this book. It is Spike and Drew, pretty much all in a row. So, this book is about, obviously it's about Spike and Drew. Spike's my favourite. He's my favourite. He's the best vampire. He's the best in Buffy. I love him so much. There we go. It's so pretty. Look at that. Beautiful. See what I mean? It's in such good condition. What's this book about? I'll read the things. Drusilla's birthday, that is the anniversary of her resurrection as a vampire, impends, and her devoted paramour Spike wants to celebrate in style. Spike must kill the current Slayer, as well as all of the Slayers in waiting that exist, the pretty maids all in a row. If Spike and Drusilla succeed with their plans of bloodlust and power, it could mean the end of the Chosen One, all of the Chosen Ones, forever. There's a lot of people. How is he going to do it all? How is he going to do it all? Is he going to succeed? We don't know. This is another one from him, Christopher Golden. Yes. It's called The Wisdom of War. This has been a book that I've wanted to read for a while. I've not read this one before. And it sounds really cool. It sounds basically Buffy is in trouble, obviously, because she's always in trouble. And there's this creature from the Black Lagoon sort of demon thing, and it's basically about the council, you know, the Watchers Council. We know that they've had their friction there. They have a interesting history. Knowing the background of Buffy with the council, all of that stuff, I'm hoping this is going to be really cool, just knowing. Now, having that stuff in mind, I think it's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to reading this. Okay, so this is the last book that I have to show you. Tales of the Slayer. I've had my eye on this for ages. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I've never read it myself. It's basically a collection of stories. I think maybe there's like 5 or 6. It's about tales of different Slayers. So, actually, this, along with this one, there's a little theme in there. Multiple Slayers, different kinds of Slayers, different stories, different backstories. So it's like, if I read this one first and learn about all the different Slayers, and then Spike comes along, he's like, oh, I'm going to eat you up. You know, he wants to go and kill them all, didn't he? Like, get all the potentials. They're all in here. I've got to read them in that order then, haven't I, obviously. So that is my books. Keeping in theme with Buffy, I got some badges also for Christmas that I thought you might like to see, but I'll just go through them pretty quickly. It says Slayer. That's really cool. And obviously it's in like the school colours, like Razorback font, like the school team. It's the mutant enemy guy, isn't it? I was trying to think what it was called at the end of all the Buffy episodes. And obviously sometimes he'll like be a bit different, like have a little Christmas hat on, or I'm sure he said something different one time too. There's a few different variations. And then just a simple iconic Buffy the Vampire Slayer with the moon in the background. But my most favourite badge that I got this year, and it was something that I bought myself, it was super close to Christmas Day it arrived, so I'll add it. We'll involve this one as well, and it's just perfect. Are you ready? You're not ready. You're not ready. It's so good. Are you sure you're ready? Okay, let's see. Look at that. It says Beauty Effulgent. And I got this on Etsy. I'll put the link for it in the description. I don't know if it's available worldwide or if it's just available in the UK. I really don't know. Fantastic pins. They have a selection of different ones from Buffy and Angel, and obviously this is from Beneath You, which is my favourite episode. Fall for Love and Beneath You are my favourites. And this is my favourite scene. This is my favourite scene of all of Buffy. All of them, 144 episodes, and this is my favourite scene. The end of Beneath You, when Spike tells Buffy that he has a soul. I just love it so much. I know it. I know the words, the monologue. I often just say it to myself in my mind. No more mind games, no more mind. You know, it just, I love it so much. Anyway, and it says Beauty Effulgent, which is obviously from Fall for Love, Effulgent, his poem. He's known as William the Bloody because of his bloody awful poetry. I've really enjoyed myself, and I hope that you have as well. Thank you so much for coming back. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for liking my videos and subscribing, because it's slow, but my channel's growing and it's fantastic. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. It's lovely. Grr. Grr.